All right, this is for the recast of my rhetorical analysis paper. The purpose of this paper was to write a letter to a professor from the perspective of one of his students, and then the basic premise was the professor gave the students an extra assignment because he wasn't thinking that they weren't doing as well as he had hoped, and so this is just them trying to convince him of another alternative. Dear Professor, this new research paper that you have assigned does not respect our time or dedication, and we think that it is unfair to assign it with only 2 weeks left in this semester. Assigning a 20-page essay research paper this late into the year that must include 15 resources is highly unreasonable for your students. Some of us do not have the time to complete this task, even with the extra time you've given us, because we have other responsibilities that are of equal importance. Some of us have long work schedules, or have children that we need to take care of, which puts enough stress on us as is. And you making the assignment worth 30% of our final grade, crazy, puts an even larger amount of stress on us. Put yourself in our shoes and think about how you would feel. We know that there is a large amount of stress on you too, and us not meeting your expectations probably adds even more stress. All we ask is that you give us a chance to lighten the load on everyone. We are willing to compromise with you, but you have to be willing too. Our argument is that assigning this paper has caught us all off guard and should be changed. It was not written on the syllabus and is worth a big chunk of our grade. Some of us are worried that we might not even pass the class, even if we have a high C. And those who have higher grades are worried that the assignment will tank their grade they have worked so hard for. Some of us have even oh my goodness. Some of us have high anxiety, and the assignment is not making things any better, especially when this is coming out of the blue. We appreciate the amount of time you have given us, but you did not unassign the rest of the assignments that were originally due, which cancels out a large part of the allotted time, causing the assignment to take up even more of our free time. Wanting all of us to complete this assignment in just 2 weeks and meeting all of the criteria is a huge expectation. There is an argument to be made that as a class, we did not progress to the degree that you had hoped, but that is not entirely our fault. We were not made aware of your expectations at the beginning of the course, and these expectations of yours mainly apply to you. We are not trying to be disrespectful to you when saying that, but we think that it is disrespectful of you to not take into account some of our tight schedules and to only give us 2 weeks to work on a 20-page research paper that we were not aware of. Some of our friends that go to NKU that take this class do not have to complete this assignment that only you have assigned. We understand that we've not met your expectations for this semester, and we are willing to work on an additional assignment if it is within reason. Our proposal to you is for you to assign us an 8 to 10 page research paper needing 6 or 7 sources that is worth 10 to 15% of our grade. This would relieve some of the pressure on us while still having the expectation of having us meet your progress goal. This would require us to complete only 4 to 5 pages per week instead of 10, which gives us more breathing room to complete the rest of the assignments due this semester. We are still disgruntled about having to complete an assignment of this magnitude without warning. We imagine you are disgruntled that we have not been meeting your expectations. Alternatively, we are willing to redo a past assignment that we did not do well on. In short, this new assignment would give us the proper amount of time to complete the assignment with any hope of a good grade and hopefully meeting your goals. Some of us have just decided to not complete it entirely. If you continue with assigning this research paper, we can guarantee that your expectations will not be met. There will be some who will try to complete the paper, but the class average will not be as high if you assign this new paper that we have offered, since we see it as more reasonable. We will try our best to meet your expectations within the final 2 weeks, but there is no guarantee that we will succeed. If you look at our class averages on our previous papers and look at the length of those papers, that is what you should expect for this new one. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hear us out on this, and we hope you take us up on our offer since we do not have to retake this course. So that we do not have to retake this course. As well, for the next semester, please let your students know your expectations for them, the consequences for not meeting those expectations. We would suggest having more of open communication lines, such as reaching out to your students individually each week and letting them know how they're progressing. Sincerely, your students. Now, this assignment will be very important going into a more professional career, as it helped me develop my better skills for debating. Obviously, in a professional field, whenever I'm trying to convince my students of something, I'll be able to debate them a lot more harshly. And then when debating again with my friends on which movie's better, I have a lot more skills in that department. And the source I used for the importance of this assignment is an article called Rhetorical Analysis in the Real World, a Useful Thinking Tool. This article goes into detail about how important rhetorical analysis is, especially in everyday life. And yeah, in regards to like I said, as a future teacher, I will use the skills I've gained during this assignment to explain the instructions in a way that benefits the students instead of a way that demeans them.